Okay, now I've taken everything off. This has got primer on it here. I'm having to sand it down again. Getting ready to put the deck lid on here so that I can do the final primer coat. Got a little sanding left to do. Sanding around the edges and stuff where I had hit it with primer from the inside. So then I'm going to make my inside transition right here on this gap all the way down. As you can see the inside of the car, it's kind of dark. It's been painted with the primer, 2 good coats of primer. All around the dashboard, all the way around all the doors on both sides. And around the hood up here. So basically, I'm sanding the edges here to feather it in. I'm going to lay the hood back down on top of it. I'm going to put the deck lid back down on top of it. And then I'm going to finish all the sanding, smooth it, clean it, do a little more wet sanding. And then I'm also going to put the doors back on. And then I'll shoot the whole thing with primer with the doors on and the hood and the deck lid on. Okay, now I'm basically almost ready for paint here. I've got the deck lid back on. I've sanded all of the primer that I put under the edge and all the way around the edges. I've got basically the body and the filler and everything the way I want it. I've got the doors back on. I'm masking off this section here so that I can paint around this edge. Okay, the front's ready to go. The hood's back on. It's all been buffed out, sanded with like 600 grit sandpaper. I've also gone ahead and masked off the whole underside of the car here, all the way around. Got my running boards here, mounted to a couple of little blocks of wood underneath here, so when I get to the bottom of the door here when I'm painting, I'm going to throw the running board in there and paint it as well at the same time. So I'm still just doing a few little more masking jobs. I have to mask the edge of this door over here and seal all this up before I can actually start painting everything. So right now I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning the booth out a little bit, wipe the floor down, wipe the car down, try to get as much dust out here as possible before I set my fans up. Okay, now the car has been primered. You can see that I've got it ready to go to the paint shop here. I've got these little pieces of foam in here in the hood. I've got the hood latch down here with the little tie-down strap. So this is 2 coats of primer. Should be a good sealing coat, but the paint shop will no doubt put a sealer on it first. All the bodywork looks pretty good. I mean, it's a 60-year-old car practically, so it's not going to be perfect. I've got that tied down too. Some little foam pads here to keep that from rattling on the way over. Getting ready to load it up on a flatbed and take it to the paint shop. So the primer's all finished. Getting ready to go. Here she is on the way to the paint shop. On the back of the flatbed, driving down bush.